can't eat it, sweetie.
So technically, Riley, you end up being host, you and Mary Ann end up being host, he's co-host, so.
He knows what he's doing.
I know. Okay, I believe we are live. I'm going to turn it off because I don't want it to echo and cause a problem. So. Where did we go? Are we still here? There we are. Okay, and it says live, we're live to YouTube and we're all good. Riley, take it away.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Debbie. Good evening, everybody. This is Queens Community Board 2 Transportation Committee meeting on a Monday because tomorrow's election day. And my name is Riley Owens. I'm the chair of this committee. I'm joined by esteemed members of the committee. Welcome. District Manager Debbie Markov Kleiner, and that's the Mary Ann Garado. We have some more members online. Welcome all. Great. We get started with public comments. I know we have some public comments here.
Right,
Yeah.
well, I'm here for two things really, but I guess I'll start with a parking enforcement issue. Bringing along one of our businesses that we've been working with for over 10 years on various different parking challenges by in the IBC, by the cemetery, Greenpoint Avenue and Bradley and 32nd Street.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna let her tell you more about the conditions and the help that we need.
Thank you. Did you guys can hear us online? Pretty well.
Yep, you're coming in clear. Patrick has his hand up for public comment. Patrick, do you still have?
Oh, no, that wasn't a hand up. That was just a wave. So no public comment from me. And yeah, you're
Okay,
coming
great.
through fine.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. All right,
Okay,
Alice?
yeah, should I start?
Yeah.
Okay, first, hi everyone, thank you for having me here. My name is Alice Mock and I'm the AVP Marketing and Public Affairs at One Ton Food Inc. So we are long-standing fortune cookie manufacturer located at 52nd, 1037th Street in Long Island City. So we've been part of this community since 1980. Employing over 80 people, and many of our staff live locally. We deeply value our connection to this neighborhood. But I'm here to raise a concern about recent traffic pattern changes on Review Avenue, 32nd Street, Star Street, and Bradley Avenue. So while we really support city's efforts to improve street safety, bike lanes, these changes have created serious operational and safety challenges that affect both business and also local residents. So specifically, truck maneuvering hazard. So in the past, truck when they exit from LIE, they will go to Greenpoint and then Greenpoint and then Review, and then on Review they will turn left onto 37th Avenue. So now because we have bike lane on Review Avenue, so the truck cannot turn left onto 37th Avenue. Instead, what they have to do is to go through Star Avenue, which is a very narrow two-way street, always double parking. So I also put some pictures, you can take a look. So it's very difficult for the truck to maneuver, number one, and then you see the poles, there's a lot of bends and even like bending and so forth. Because truck is try to make a big like a turn from Greenpoint to Star Avenue and then from Star to 37th Avenue. So so this is specifically truck maneuvering hazards and also Star Avenue limitation, right? Because Star is very narrow, often double park and not designated for large truck because we have like 53 big truck coming in every day because we are 24/7 operation making fortune cookies every day. And also congestion and double parking, because Greenpoint Avenue is actually very busy. There are many buses and people like go to work and after work, and you have daily and a lot of activity. So it's very difficult, like, and very dangerous when you try to turn and there's so many people walking on that street, right? So these are our concern about the safety issues. So we also document like some pictures. You can see like page 2, 3, 4, right? You see like a post, they are basically banned because I mean the truck driver cannot turn at all. And also there's some confusion on the sign because when you see page 3, picture 10, and page 4, picture 11 and 12. So when you like turn when you are on Greenpoint, you don't know you can turn to Star because the sign is a little bit confusing. Truck driver is not familiar with the area, they will just turn right and then they will miss everything. They try to maneuver back to further and then at the end they give up because it's just difficult for them. They don't know how they can turn back to 37 Avenue with all these new signage, right? So when you see page 5, the top picture, there's everyday issue. We have truck coming in on Star. And then the double parking on the no standing sign, always at least 1 car or 2 cars. Parking on the no standing sign, and truck just cannot turn to 37. They try like a lot, like paying a lot of time and effort, but just couldn't make it. So this is our daily issue basically. So in light of that, we work with LICP, Henry and also Charles. And we try to figure out a solution that would be like safe for everybody, right? Business and also resident. So what we propose is from Greenpoint, if they can like enter from Bradley, because now they have to exit from Bradley. But if they can enter from Bradley and then go directly on 37th Street and then exit on Review Avenue, that will be much safer because Bradley is much wider. It's one way, right? So truck can, at least they can turn from Greenpoint to Bradley, and it's also one way, and then exit on 37. That would make everybody much safer.
Yeah, if you look at the map, I think what she's referring to is on 37th Street, sorry, 37th Street, yes. The north end of 37th Street, one way pointing north. And the southern end of 37th Street on the map is one way pointing south. So right now, there's no way for a truck to turn from Bradley onto 37.
So wait, how do they get there now? They go down Greenpoint,
They go down Greenpoint and go to Star and
they go through Star, and then they make a left.
or left or right,
Right.
depending on where they need to.
Yeah.
Right. For you, they may need
So,
to make
yeah.
a left.
Yes, for us is make a left.
All right,
So
well,
I think, yeah, I think the idea is, instead of having the trucks make the decision at Star and 37, let's just get everyone through Bradley and then they will just go down 37. It just, smooth out traffic and it makes everything, not neat.
all right. Yeah, thank you. And you had emailed the board last
Yes,
month.
yeah.
I sent an email back. I appreciate you being here and
Sure.
speaking to the committee. We agree with you
Oh, thank you.
that this is a better system than the current one. And the board, I believe, the previous chairs advocated for this very change before I was here. I did not make this change. But the turnoff of Review Avenue comes from the Review Avenue safety improvement project, why they restrict that turn. So I think the committee has a longstanding agreement with you here, and I thought my next step would be to talk to DOT. You know if DOT is coming today? We haven't heard from DOT. So we'll talk to DOT about whether this is a feasible change. Because the issue is, as you said, Star Avenue is very narrow and it's not an easy turn. The only thing I would say is, I believe the 53-foot trailers are not legal in New York City. So the streets will not be designed for them. So if you're receiving these trailers, maybe you have to talk to your companies and tell them to send smaller trucks. Because especially this committee has a longstanding mission to improve safety conditions in Blissville for the people living there and working there. So I don't think that we're going to widen this the city's going to widen the streets for 53-foot trailers. But the proposal you suggest is something that the previous chairs agreed with, and I continue to agree. Any notes from anybody on the committee, having seen this?
I would just say I know the area well. I think in terms of efficiency, effectiveness, and also especially safety for everyone, pedestrians, bikers, cyclists, mopeds, and drivers, and for the truck drivers as well. But I would second what our chair said in terms of like, if you can encourage your vendors to send smaller trucks. I know it's hard to do and you don't necessarily have all that weight, but yeah, because technically, and a lot of companies are sending these big trucks and they're not technically legal in the city. For good reason, it's fine in like the suburbs or in highways, but in small, dense, populated places, those big trucks, they can't see where they're turning necessarily, and if a person or a child or an animal.
That makes sense. I definitely reflect this to my manager.
Yeah.
In terms of.
It seems impossible to ask for, It's have to be now, but like, after.
For sure, yeah,
And
yeah.
steering committee have discussed, saying,
Yeah.
basically documenting. It's just easier for us to go back to the DOT.
Have we never written a letter for them before?
For this issue, this comes from Tom's time.
Oh.
I remember this issue might still be on the agenda. Yeah, and I did check in with Tom to make sure this is what he was
Oh.
advocating for in the past, and he said, yeah. So yeah,
Thank you so much.
all right, thank you. Yeah, and again, thank you very much for
We don't need to make a
preparing all this.
motion. We don't need to. We can just write a letter and support, right?
Yeah, I think for the office's purposes,
prefer-
maybe making a motion. is
Okay,
best.
we'll do it.
It may have been made, the motion may have been made, but Tom was doing.
Oh, right.
Could be. But I do want to talk to DOT to see why the change was
Why,
made and what they propose.
Oh, and if we've written a letter before, we can just write a new letter.
Yeah,
We
could just-
wrote an old one.
Because there has been a change. There's no more turns off of.
Oh, right.
Review Avenue, no more
Okay.
left turns.
All right, we can make a motion.
All right, I cannot see if anybody has their hand raised. Is
Oh,
that
I do.
raised?
Yeah, Rand.
Yeah, no, I want to like, two people have said this before, but I wanted plus one about the illegal 53-foot trailers. I think where possible, can you work with your suppliers on, for everything that was said earlier? It's just a much safer way to deliver. It's much safer for everyone on the street, your delivery people. You don't have to worry about making those sharp turns. And I would move that any letter that we might send in support of this change, which I also agree makes a lot of sense to me, that if we could talk about finding ways to help this small business move to a smaller and more legal way to get their goods and services into this area. I don't know what sort of DOT programs they might have. I wish our DOT representative was here, might help us, but any way we could help you shift to something that is actually legal, I think we should definitely connect you with those people.
Is this technically LA? Is this
Thank you,
part of
Randy.
The bid area.
It's not in the bid, but it's in the acquisition. It's with the contract, with the city.
All right, excellent. And did you have a second issue?
Yes, it's not really an issue, it's just an exciting, public, focus group that we'll be hosting this Wednesday. So, LIC partnership, we are doing a LIC mobility study, basically focusing on the Queens Plaza area, as well as, Jansen Avenue. And, focus of the study will be to improve, pedestrian experience on those corridors. And, we are approaching this as a safety issue, but also an economic development issue, because just maybe like 2 weeks ago, we received an email from a residents on the north side of Queens Plaza, basically saying, why is there no grocery shops on the northern side? Because it's a hassle to.
That was
walk down the
Danielle,
road.
right?
No.
That's usually her thing.
I cannot disclose that. But yes, so this Wednesday, we're hosting a public focus group virtually on Zoom. And the QR code on the flyer has the registration information. It will be this Wednesday at 6:30. So please, come voice your concerns and share your ideas, and we'll document those things and you'll.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad that you're doing this, because it is a big messy area, and we've talked about it a lot. It is kind of like a Times Square where there's a lot of people who want to congregate, but there's a lot of car traffic, and bike traffic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
so
you know,
thanks.
as far as we know, this is the first comprehensive look at this area for over a decade, so. I know, you know, the city, we did, Queens Plaza a while ago. And, you know, that was a very different time. Now there's a lot more residents, businesses. So I think it's warrants second look, at, you know, how to improve the area, so that's all we do.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you. So that is this Wednesday, November 5th at 6:30 PM on Zoom.
Yes.
I don't know if we can get it in the chat.
I'm gonna ask my colleague Henry and see if, there's a way for him to share that information in the chat.
All right.
Yep, I'll add it.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming up. And you're welcome to stay. All right, next on the agenda, we don't have any visitors or presentations, and we don't even have DOT here. Yet, hopefully they're coming. No traffic enforcement issues. We spoke a lot last month about the vehicles illegally parked on sidewalks throughout district. I wrote letters that are going out soon, about the motions that we made. And that is it. Okay. There's no updates from DOT either.
What's the message? I didn't.
Yeah. Right. So I guess we're gonna take a moment to review things in the DOT updates, see if there's anything we want to talk about. We had a big meeting last month where we talked about a lot of issues.
Yes.
I added some items, under Sunnyside, a request to remedy the pedestrian blind spot behind the MTA construction fence at 46th Street and Queens Boulevard, which we talked about last month. In the Woodside section, replace the speed reducer on Woodside Avenue near Doughboy Park. I'm sure that will happen, but it hasn't happened yet. And in fact, the crosswalks have not returned for several months. And then in Long Island City, replace the faded markings in the automobile lanes in Queens Plaza, particularly on lanes at the base of the Queensboro Bridge, which Maury brought up last month and months earlier.
Maybe we should bring it up at the mobility study.
Yes. Roz, you have your hand up.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
I am participating on my phone, which I am not terribly proficient on, but I did want to, even though DOT isn't at the meeting, to express some appreciation for a little tiny bit of treatment at the intersection of 39th Ave and Woodside, where they put in a sign telling people what they should already know, which is vehicles must yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. And then they put a big, thick white line on both sides of Woodside Ave and I observed cars kind of thinking, well, maybe that's kind of a stop sign or something. It sort of slows them down. And we'll see if that, addresses the problem that we've seen of cars that whip around the corner onto 39th Ave. So I just want to go on record. Thank you, DOT, for starting the process. And maybe that will be enough.
Yeah, thank you. I noticed that too. I appreciate it. And that's something we see a lot in bike lanes too, which is not necessarily a stop sign, but if there are pedestrians present, you must stop. So it's good to remind drivers of their responsibility. Patricia.
I had a few things that I was jotting down for the different neighborhoods. Those two things that we were just speaking about, that's underneath LIC, I think those should be put into Sunnyside because they're in Sunnyside. Move it over to Sunnyside.
Which one is that?
The last one in LIC, what Roz was just talking No, she was talking about the different one that I had been there. The Woodside Avenue from 39th Road to Northern, the last one,
Where's that?
under LLC, it's on the next page. Oh, maybe that's under old business, I'm sorry. Old business, that was very.
Oh,
old
yeah, yeah,
business.
that's just old business, not ready to delete it yet.
No, not to delete it, I was moving.
No, that's why it's still an old business, yeah.
Yeah, I think we should go to Sunnyside. Sunnyside. I was driving west on Northern Boulevard. I was driving west on Northern Boulevard and I wanted to cut off the 34th Avenue. At 48th Street, and we would cut off 34th Avenue. I couldn't figure out where to get on to 34th Avenue. It's a mess, really, because the bike lane, it's crazy anyway. But the bike lane comes over and there's like a little space and then there's more lane with another space. So I didn't know where I was supposed to turn. And I thought, you know, am I in the bike lane? You know, so I'm not really sure I want to have issue with here because then he pulls it up on his own
Yeah,
and you can see what it looks like. Very confusing.
yeah, well, I know from the bike perspective, that's, so you said 48th Street and Northern Boulevard, so it's like. What the F sushi, what is that called? There's a big sushi place there, that's at the corner of like Guitar Center, but on the opposite side.
It's cutting in over
Yeah.
there, it's a mess to
The
begin
bike
with.
lane just kind of disappears there. I
It's
guess
called What the Fish.
it gets you across what the fish, right? Yeah. What the sushi?
It's called X Sushi before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I went there. It's good.
The 48th and Queens School.
Northern Boulevard. So the bike lane, I think, gets you across the street and then just kind of obliterates.
And then pops up afterwards.
Yeah,
When you can for 34th exit. 34th exit, because where is the exit for a car to go over? You know, all of a sudden I found myself in this space, looking around to see if a bike is coming or I'm doing something traffic, I couldn't figure out what it was. Very confusing, and I was afraid with a bike coming by. I'm still seeing a lot of double park trucks that are forcing cars to go into the bike lanes, like mine. And that hotel jitney that's still on Queens Boulevard. Right past the fire engine, the firehouse. What is that, 65th Street or something like that, 63rd Street? In order to pass that parked hotel jitney, you have to go into the lane that is exiting from the main road. And you are passing the cars that are coming out of that main road.
Mhm.
It's gonna cause a big accident one day.
yeah.
that eastbound?
He's been. I mean, there is a no standing area because it's a hotel. But that jitney shouldn't be standing right in front of the door, which is right at where the exit comes from the main road. Maybe they can move it up and have a jitney only parking spot, move it up a little.
Yeah, yes, I'm trying to recall. Patrick?
Yeah, just speaking of that intersection in general, right by 64th and Queens Boulevard on the eastbound side, it looks like they, when you go from the express to the local, they kind of put some tape on some of the old express lanes. But now there's always about like 5 to 7 cars basically parked on the express lane in Queens Boulevard over the paint without fail. So I don't know, that feels like a question, like a problematic area regardless.
Yeah. That's a Holiday Inn Express?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I see on the map that all the parked cars there in the painted section. And you said there's always a jitney parked out front? and
Yeah.
Everybody has to go over here.
Jitney, like, pick you to the airport
Yeah.
or something.
Is it there overnight too?
And I don't think that's all.
This is still the 48th Street intersection or?
No, it's like.
It's around
54th
64th?
Street, no, it must be 64th Street because it comes right, it's right before 65th place where the BQE comes.
It's that's 64th on the eastbound side.
Yeah,
And it's during the day, late at night. But I've noticed it like over the last month or so when I'm walking home. So yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah.
All right, maybe we can have the office talk to the 108 about clearing the area. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Are we hearing general double parking grievances? Cause I was almost hit twice on the way here because of double parking on 43rd Street.
43rd Street. Is in Sunnyside. You were double parking in the bike lane.
Yeah, so I had to go around them and both times the car was passing on my left side, so
Sorry.
I almost got hit twice. And then I almost got hit because I had to go around the bikes parking on the Queens Boulevard bike lane, the eastbound direction. So it'd be nice to get some enforcement on that before someone dies, like me.
Yeah, and so, I'm sorry, and with the daylight changes, now it's
Yeah,
dark when it wasn't dark before. It is in the budget, requests to have protected bike lanes on the north-south lanes, 43rd and 48th Street.
great.
So I feel like we haven't talked to DOT in a long time.
I know, it's been at least.
They were
a
gone
month,
last month and they haven't come this month.
I do agree with you on 48th Street in Northern. That intersection where the Guitar Center is a nightmare for like, I hate using it. Sure, the drivers using it.
And it's a big
Air
pedestrian,
frying the tofu.
Yeah. What's that?
it's a big pedestrian crossing.
Yeah.
There's this flower.
Yeah, it's just a mess.
They just need street calming, right?
The issue is the double parking. A lot of
that's
people,
huge.
they pick up and drop off for
Yeah.
loading and that causes everyone to go
Yeah.
around and it's just a bad situation.
Plus, it's different, it's complicated anyway, because folks are going left, right, and also sort of straight.
Yeah, it's a complex intersection.
48.
Yeah, 48th Street and Northern Boulevard.
Double park
It's fun
People
of this
pull over
board.
the BJ's, the H Mart, the Guitar Center, like all those.
on
they're-
48.
Yeah, they're loading, and that's why they're camped in the right turn lane, which puts cars in the bike lane, which puts bikes in the driving lane, which,
That's a
know.
crazy turn off of the bike lane anyway.
Yeah.
Because if you're a car and you want to make a right
That's
turn
right.
on Northern,
Yeah.
you're crossing the bike
That's
lane to
right.
get over.
It's a
really
horrible
dangerous.
intersection for
Crazy.
everyone's having a bad time at that
But
intersection.
I was coming down Northern and I didn't know where to turn off on 34th.
Yeah, no,
Avenue.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I agree.
Yeah, it's one of those complicated ones where it's like
Yeah,
five
you need to.
pointed star.
Different arrows,
intersection.
Yeah.
you know,
We have a lot of those.
45-degree arrow.
Yeah.
So much use.
Well, I mean, what if they close that slip lane to just pedestrians? But
The
then
one-
you'd have more traffic on Northern Boulevard,
Is that
the
34th
34th
Ave?
Avenue.
I mean, that's a major way for Sunnyside Woodside, for folks on bikes
Get
to
over,
get over
yeah.
Crescent.
well, there's
Well, to close.
Crescent, but there's
turn-
also a north-south bike pair that takes you like up Astoria. That the best way to get there is 34th Street to get over to,
4th Avenue.
yeah, it's, 34th Avenue, to get to, what's the pair? We're getting into CV1, so it's out of our district, but 44th Street and 43rd Street in Astoria are like a one-way pair that have bike lanes on them, so I use those to get the 31st Ave, which is a much nicer east one, so it's
But
like,
all those north-south, I mean, 39th Street, Honeywell, they're all like so difficult to maneuver. And when you would get up to Northern Boulevard,
yeah,
you get multiple, you can do the, like you said, the 5-star, there's 3 or 4 different
it's all the
ways you can
angled
go.
intersection,
Yes,
yeah.
it's really dangerous for everyone.
That's how the borough was made.
Yeah.
Everything was diagonal.
That's right.
And they had wide streets for trucks, I suppose, in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like, Northern is all on a grid, but Northern is the.
Roz has a note. A senior citizen. Oh, was that the senior citizen that was killed a few years ago? Roz?
You're muted if we're speaking.
Roz, there was something popped up from Roz.
Oh,
Said yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, so a few years ago, yeah, do you remember that when the senior citizen was crossing? I think they were they coming from like the BJ's parking lot, whatever, that wasn't BJ's before, it was something else. National Wholesale or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was somebody that was hit by a car. Crossing the street there,
Mhm.
and we talked to Dot about a few times, about calming measures and doing something over there to make it. Even just crossing from one, because people go from the one shopping center to the other,
Yeah.
and there's,
It was crazy. There's so many parking lots. That whole area is
Yeah.
served by parking lots.
Yeah.
And yet there's car chaos on the streets.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like two crosswalks, but you know, it's not enough and the time is not enough and people don't always stop at the light.
Yeah.
Is there two?
I think it's two crosswalks, right? Is it only one? Oh, maybe it's.
So there's one at the Home Depot and one at.
Oh, that's right,
BJ's.
yes, one at each end.
How far are DJs at the end of the parking lot?
Yeah,
It's a crosswalk.
yeah, further
The other
down,
one is actually the Home Depot, so
yeah.
I don't count that. Is that a crosswalk? No, it's a light.
There's a cross, I think there's a crosswalk going across, right, where the state lot is,
Which intersection?
near the Home Depot,
Yes. Yeah, there's a
Is that-
crosswalk there.
is it?
before the underpass.
Yeah, on this, yeah, the north side of your house.
Hang on. Well, some go.
Street
under-
underpass, there's the road.
Okay.
But no, there's a crosswalk there. It's 37th Avenue,
Oh,
which I didn't know it was in. And then there's another mid-block crosswalk. At the BJ's parking lot, and then there's a crosswalk at the Northern Boulevard.
right,
37th Avenue you take to get across the 43rd Street, because you can't go down 39th Avenue anymore.
really?
Really?
No, yeah. I don't believe it.
The trick or treaters were so happy.
I will say, I was out there,
Bye, thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
I was out at Sunnyside Gardens on Halloween,
Yeah,
and I gotta tell you, I don't think there's anywhere else in New York City like that.
no, I felt like a kid again.
It
Dallas,
was so beautiful.
It was amazing, yeah.
too much money I
Wait.
spent.
You know what's interesting? What's interesting is I looked at the NYC DOT does a trick or streets program where they shut down streets for Halloween.
People get out of their cars.
The Sunnyside Gardens block doesn't show up on that list.
really?
So I guess it's just like neighbors, I don't know where the barricades.
It's,
are.
it's an old tradition. It was before the trick or streets program.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that they didn't. mention
Yeah, I wonder if we should like tell
It
this
is-
so we can get some credit for
No.
it.
it. It's very busy.
No,
It's very busy.
no, no.
But you don't wanna draw anyone out.
I think there are a lot of people coming from other neighborhoods. I saw people, I saw
I saw a
one
little
person
school bus.
she was in they got it like an Uber or a cab and they got out and then they were walking down off of Queens Boulevard. It's like people were coming from other neighborhoods because I was like,
But the people, anybody who lives in the apartments going
Yeah.
south,
yeah,
Queens Boulevard. And then anybody across Queens Boulevard in all those apartments know to come down.
yeah,
So,
but yeah.
it was there.
You know, people are taking cabs today.
It's micro tourism, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna get hungry, they're gonna want, some food, they're gonna wanna.
There was a
take
food
break.
truck down there too.
Yeah, it's good business for Sunnyside.
It's good, but we're talking about a very successful streets program that,
It's
you know,
great.
that people enjoy every year.
Yes, but
Yeah.
there was a little security problem today at the,
Oh, was there? Yeah.
Oh, someone got broken into?
no, somebody came around with a scam that he lost his phone while he was in trick or treating, well, from the Bronx. Instead to Sunnyside.
Oh.
And he had his phone on his iPad with a, a tracker on it and said, you see, it's in your house, you must have picked it up and it's in your house. And he went to a number of houses, including mine, asking, I want, you have my phone,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the police. Okay, do that.
Or sorry,
But,
dude.
yeah,
Wow.
this is what happens when you become very public. You get all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So I would advocate for doing it in other neighborhoods too. No, but like, I've noticed over the years that it gets busier and busier in
Yeah.
Sunnyside Gardens.
It
And you could
was.
do that in Astoria, you
was.
shut down a block
That's right.
and people,
Beyond.
You can do it on Sunnyside too.
You can do it
Same
on Sunnyside.
layout.
Yeah,
We having across
we did a
the
trick or
boulevard.
treat, on Burn.
Oh,
How late were you out there?
Act,
Yeah.
yeah, good.
Cool.
A little bit cold, but.
The children yearn for trick or treating.
Yeah.
Give me that sugar.
Yeah, they yearn for safe streets and candy.
Yeah. All right, so to catch you up, Corey, DOT is not here. I wonder if they knew that we switched to a Monday. So we don't have much to talk about past, because we talked about a lot last month. So if there's any issues that we want to raise while we're here. The budget is coming before the board on Thursday, and the things we advocated for are so protected bike lanes, daylighting throughout the district, universal daylighting for the district, since, you know, that's what we can ask for. Elevators on every 7 train station in our district. Because we always talk about the numbered stops, but we never talk about Vernon or Hunters Point. But they could use some elevators.
Yes, absolutely.
And I forget what else.
Are all the train stations gonna have an elevator?
Like,
Eventually,
right?
52nd Street.
I think
talks
only
about-
in the capital budget is the ones being worked on right now. But they did say like they're gonna do these ones first, 33rd and 46th Street, and then following that, they'll do 40th and 52nd, but I don't know if it's been.
52nd is under construction.
Yeah, that's a state of good repair
That's
project.
what that is, not an elevator,
It's not an elevator, no.
and that's very bad also with traffic, what they're
Yeah.
doing with the lanes.
Yeah. But, so, this was in my statement of needs for the budget, which is that, things were neglected for so long, for decades, that now. That everything is happening, we appreciate it happening, but it's all happening, and it's affecting our lives, and we live daily lives, whereas the MTA works in years, so. Please speed it up, and then. Last month when, or like 2 weekends ago, where, they shut down 7 train for the weekend. Apparently there was like a record number of projects all at once along the 7 train. They're like, we did 23 separate projects. We had 15 work trains when normally there's just 10 used throughout the city. So they worked on a lot on the 7 train all at once, and they're trying to get it done. That's good.
I saw the power go up.
Oh, yeah, the elevator and
Yeah.
structure, yeah. I think that project, people think because the elevator looks like it's gonna go up, and it's still gonna take
Yeah,
years,
it's-
so.
Yeah, right?
It's gonna be a while.
Just the structure.
Yeah.
I will laugh though if we get our, if 46th Street gets the elevator before 61st Street gets the escalator. You know?
They will not be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I read that like, in that report you sent me, I think. That what, the one they gave us a while back ago, the MTA, I think it said, originally they estimated. The summer of, or the Q4 of 2026, is that right?
Yeah, I think they're still on schedule. I don't know if they were delayed at all.
Yeah, who knows though, because that was during the design.
But so Q4 2026 is more than a
Was
year.
it Q4 or was it June? Well, maybe it's, I don't know, whatever. So, yeah, that could be Q3, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's been closed off for a long time, and I haven't noticed how much work is being done.
I know there's no way
You
to
know,
know.
maybe it's like pipes and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, because they were digging for one.
Yeah.
So I guess that the dig equal as far as they go up, right?
I don't know. Is that
Wait, I'm sorry. What station are we talking about?
true? 33rd and 46th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say they realized 61st was way more damaged than anticipated, so that project's been extended by at least a year, I think.
Yeah, I remember a meeting where they said that they found so much damage that it caused delays, and until 61st got done, they couldn't start on the other stations because they had to.
So the
Have
52nd
the track
Street is
ready.
also damaged also, so that's the construction on there. So you actually have 4 stations under construction in a row at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, is that good or bad? I think that's
Bad.
good. It's
Bad.
bad that it came to that point where
Right.
everything was falling apart. It's good that they're fixing it all at once.
But
But
it does feel like service on the 7 train just gets worse and worse every month. And there's, people on that train are not hopeful. It just, that doesn't, you're not seeing any light to get to this tunnel.
yeah,
Yeah.
Roz wanted us to read this into the record, but I can't read it. Maybe someone online can.
Did anyone see if we asked for fire safety battery storage and charging, especially in your shelters? I would add by all and scroll down.
I think it's on the agenda, but I don't know if that made it into the budget request.
That's on the agenda.
On,
On old business. Yeah, old business,
Yeah,
that's from the last.
I think that was it, add all by all. Okay.
I mean, I can add,
I don't know if we're at the point where we can add, we could try.
no, I just mean like, other things that would be the order to mention. If, one LIC rezoning proposal passed, the land use committee and the city council. There's a lot of councilwoman's asks, but still no actual plan from DOT for the street improvements that we've been asking for, or any acknowledgement of bike infrastructure. Along the state, so that remains an open ask from us. And just to emphasize the daily illegal parking on the protected bike lane in Queens Boulevard. I sent some photos and a little episode to the board with a 311 request. Basically, especially the CVS on Queens Boulevard, 41st Street.
Yeah.
Every single day, there is a semi truck fully obstructing not only the protected bike lane, but also the bus stop. And I saw like senior citizens walking out into rush hour traffic to see if the bus is coming.
We notified the community.
Yeah, it's brazen.
See, it's a whole problem citywide with the trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, Chicago has a.
Let's do it right,
street
yeah.
underneath.
Yeah,
Or
I
the
mean,
trucks.
the issue is, it's so brazen that when he saw me taking photos, he came out of his truck and said to me, "We're allowed to do this. Go ahead and call the police." And I said, "No, you're not. It's illegal." And he said, "There's nothing you can do about it." And then got back into his truck. So basically, no reflection on the fact that he's endangering people's lives. Just, this is my job. I'm allowed to do this. Take it out of CVS. So it needs to be escalated. I mean, this is gonna get someone killed.
Yeah,
And I let the record show, it's just, where is DOT? They haven't, we had our hiatus and then we haven't seen much of them.
yeah.
There's so many pending questions. The Queensboro Bridge, restriping.
Did we see if the crosswalk got finished? I've been monitoring the progress, and it was supposed to be finished by the marathon yesterday. So,
There are also no lines yet on Woodside Avenue.
yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
been a long time.
I mean, they may be wanting to redesign it, but in the meantime,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of Woodside Avenue, there was a project in CB3 in Elmhurst, some pretty great redesigns for the open street there. That actually, I led a bike group look exploring the bike lane network, with possibilities out there. It was really amazing, but the section of the project that's in our district is just one striped bike lane on the westbound lane and nothing else. And I feel like if we had been consulted, we could have asked for more. And there's still an opportunity for them
where is
to.
this?
It's Woodside Avenue, on the far end of our district, like going into Elmhurst.
So there's actually a letter that we got.
Yeah, okay.
There's a business improvement district and an open street out there.
58th Street.
Yeah, the city just did some really great, safety and traffic calming and stuff to expand the pedestrian space for the business district. But then they just kind of put like a westbound, standard, sort of shoulder bike lane, not shoulder, what do you call it, doors on bike lane. That is like not really doing much. And it's weird that project touches our district and we didn't get any kind of.
There's a response. We've been asking for more bike safety infrastructure around the 61st Street Woodside Station. So from the Queensboro Commissioner of DOT, thank you for your correspondence dated April 16th regarding the request for bicycle infrastructure around Woodside Station. The DOT shares your commitment to improving traffic safety and mobility for all road users. In April 2025, New York City DOT presented a plan for safety and mobility enhancements along Woodside Avenue between Roosevelt Avenue and Broadway. The project includes a westbound conventional bicycle lane and an eastbound shared lane on Woodside Avenue, as well as painted curb extensions on Woodside Avenue, 61st Street, and other intersections throughout the corridor to improve visibility and shorten pedestrian crossing distances. Bicycle corrals will also be installed at select painted curb extension locations to support bike parking and maintain clear sidewalks. So that's what you're talking about. There's the open street in Elmhurst and just a painted lane in our section. And
Well, so painted curb extensions at Woodside Avenue and 61st Street. would be a major improvement. So it's exciting to hear. I'd like to see the actual, oh, these are the planner available.
No, this is the plan from April. I looked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I didn't see anything in the linked plan here about Woodside and 61st Street. So I've been curious to learn more. I would support it if they would show it to us,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm glad to have some kind of response, I guess.
So, I mean, it's not exactly what we're asking for around the station, but it does bring bicycle infrastructure closer to the station.
Yeah, there's a city bike rack at Woodside and 61st Street, so that is close enough to the station.
Yeah.
that I think it would count, at least. That would be great.
Right.
To have.
Yeah.
So I would like to see it.
Ross mentioned that, line telling people to yield at Woodside if they're in that area. That's okay. Not really acceptable, because people come around that curve. And really have some bumps over there to stop, have some, the grid, whatever it is, but you know, to go around. Have a stop sign,
Yeah.
stop,
Turn hardening, a
yielding.
real permanent stop sign, I agree. Doesn't seem like there's any reason why there should be. There's people crossing there all the time.
Yeah, I think they
Yield
should
before ped
narrow the
very
road. It's
fine.
very, very wide. It's like a plaza. It's,
Yeah.
when it's not striped, like you just see it like this.
And I
You can go
think
ice
that
skating then.
The crosswalk is right at the turn of the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be off center of that one.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't paint curb extensions and a shorter crosswalk there, to slow people down. We're still waiting for paint to go in. This is something we've asked for, and it's also why I have that specific corridor here, Woodside Avenue from 39th Road to Northern Boulevard, a need for redesign. It's a place where a lot of people walk and a lot of people speed, so.
I will say on the south side of Queens Boulevard on Greenpoint Avenue, right now, there's a big like curb bump up reconstruction project going on that caught me by surprise. You know, maybe they're putting green infrastructure in, who knows? It'd be great if the transportation committee knew.
Are you saying they're extending the curb or they're
There's
just,
no idea,
they're remaking the ramps, the pedestrian ramp?
Need a curb cut.
no, they're completely demolished the entire bump.
Yeah, on Sunnyside Shines, board meeting, just before this meeting, Dark said they're redoing the curb cuts.
Okay,
Which I was surprised because there's your pictures, I sent them to you the other day, remember? And I was just like, this looks really. Let me see if I still. have
This is on Greenpoint,
On
Greenpoint
Greenpoint,
Avenue,
which is
yeah.
so big.
but they redid the curb cuts and the gardens, so.
yeah, it's like whole stretches you can't even access, because they just demolished. the
You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
So that extends past the original curb?
Oh, yeah, it goes up on the whole sidewalk and everything.
Yeah.
It's strange to me.
So I'm like, it's not just a curb cut. I've seen them do curb cuts before,
Right.
but they're going deep into like almost the property line.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for the businesses. There's a hardware store.
Yeah,
on,
I'm just not sure what they're
40
doing.
4th Street that you just basically can't access. I mean, you can technically access it. I don't go there anymore. But it's like, what's fun?
But it went all the way into the street too, like way into the street.
Yeah,
So I'm just curious what they're doing.
It's one
Yeah,
of the points.
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
get that one too.
It's like all up in that Greenpoint, they marked
So-
and they chalked.
It's not like I have a problem with the work. It's just like,
Why don't
the
we know?
communication? Like the whole point of this
Yeah.
body is to like
Just to
be abreast
meet with us
of
and
what
find
the
out what's
plans
going on.
are. And well, I will give them kudos though. They did some turn calming, some hardening on like 44th Street and Greenpoint Avenue, which I was also like, oh, that's cool. Is there a project associated with this? Like, I want to support it. Like, I can't even support them because I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they might argue that it's within
Yeah,
their
that's what.
power to just make these kinds of changes.
Don't they wanna-
They don't have to bring.
Yeah, they know we're gonna
It's not
thank
that
them.
hard
Why
to
not just
tell us, and
Yeah.
then we can let people know in the community when they ask, what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, Sunnyside Shines knew, why didn't we know?
Right,
There
exactly.
are so many local organizations, why can't people communicate? That makes me crazy.
Probably the reason Sunnyside Shines new is because Dirk has like the Queensboro DOT commissioner on speed dial.
Exactly.
It's like, what are you doing to my block?
That's it. So one LIC, yeah. That's probably gonna get approved. part of that is Gordon Triangle was presented to us, which is, to turn a space that is a small plaza with a slip lane into a much bigger pedestrian area. And we had advocated for more projects like that, for lack of green space to turn streets into open streets. So I guess the idea is we're just gonna have to keep advocating for this kind of stuff in our district. If it's not part of a major DOT plan or a streets plan, yeah. Anybody got anything else?
Should we make that motion for the,
For that,
for the letter?
Bradley 37?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I checked in with Tom Matusas, who knows the area very well and advocated for this very thing, and he says this is exactly what they wanted, to make the turns onto, Bradley rather than Star. So,
All right, I move to write a letter in support of this change or to check the records if we wrote one previously and just reinforce the need and reference the previous letter it's written. Any seconds?
yeah, I second with the amendment to add that,
The size?
yeah, the streets will not be designed for 53-foot trailers, illegal 53 trailers. And then, who is this letter to? This is for the DOT?
I guess for the DOT, right?
Yeah,
And all the electors.
yeah.
See, that's
Sir,
another
Jay,
thing.
for
Did they-
discussion on the motion.
The DOT confer with this group, this company, as to what was really
We're not here, so I thought.
Yeah, so, well, when they made the change, they said they were talking to stakeholders and, you know, people with businesses there would have been stakeholders. They're not part of the project itself, but they're affected by the project.
Yeah. or did they
So,
talk to
you know,
them?
if they didn't talk to them, then,
I don't, she didn't mention any conversation with DOT before or after, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they have to. I think the good thing they're doing is coming to the community board and we can act on their behalf, right?
Yeah, and I think that's part of the process, which is a major change that happened that affected a whole community. And, if it had some bad effects, then it could be changed a little more.
Yeah.
So,
That's why things get done in paint rather than concrete.
so I have a few thoughts about this, if we can have discussion.
Yeah, discussion.
Can I make one thing?
Mm-hmm.
I just gonna say, if you want, the small business committee can co-write it and sign on in the letter.
Sure.
So maybe, I don't know if that has more power, but it's both the small business committee and the transportation committee writes support of this business.
Sure, yeah.
And this, okay. We should do that.
So Bradley Ave and 37th Street is an extremely low traffic, like little local street, right? And for folks that are approaching on the Blissful Greenway, it is a calmer and safer way to get to the city bike rack at that pub, whatever it's called. It's the Great Pierogies. Doesn't have another record. But I biked with my partner to
Bantry Bay?
Bantry Bay, yeah, pub.
On the record.
Not on the record.
Sorry.
Endorsed by the CB2. Anyway, I biked with my partner. I biked with my partner to Calvary Cemetery, and we used that as a way to not have to get our bikes on Greenpoint Avenue, which is very, very stressful. So I'm not opposed to rerouting the trucks, especially if it's coming from the Blissville Community Association. But maybe if they're gonna do redesign, it's an opportunity to put hardened bike infrastructure in to extend like a little branch off of the Blissful Greenway to come up to Bantry Bay, to the entrance to the cemetery, to the city bike dock there. Formalizing that would be great because you're kind of salmoning, but I wouldn't want to necessarily send a bunch of trucks down there and lose that option to stay off of Greenpoint Power. But that might just be a personal, if it's, I wanted to make sure.
Well, so the issue was that, all the trucks are going down Star Avenue,
Right.
which is a much narrower avenue, and, they're not able to make the turn, as you see. And, they're destroying the holes in the infrastructure.
Would they be able
So
to use
just
this?
changing the turn to Bradley instead, would accommodate the trucks more. So I don't know if it changes too much of the trucks that would be coming in, because they're only trying to access that small part of the neighborhood. I don't think they would use it to get to Review as a shortcut.
Yeah, if if they can make the turn on Bradley, like if we know that there won't be any issues. Seems like a pretty harmless change. If there are any reasons, my only request is that
Yeah,
they include some accommodations for bikes. Um,
sure, yeah. All right, so that was an amendment, so the
I
original
accept
motion.
the friendly amendment.
Okay. All right.
Call the question.
Call the question, restate the motion.
Move to support, Wonton Foods request to have the, trucks, not go down Greenpoint Avenue and Star Avenue, but reroute them to Bradley, Avenue to 37th Street. Yeah, that's it.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, and in the case of a redesign to.
Oh.
Add. A hard infrastructure.
Protected by-
Projected bike
Okay.
infrastructure. In the area, because.
all right, all in favor? Online people?
All right, thank you. I don't see Roz.
Roz,
Roz,
did
are
you
you in
vote?
favor of this?
Yes, yes, I'm in favor.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Get my
Um,
video on.
What'd you say?
I said I'm having trouble getting the video on.
Oh,
Yes,
Sorry.
absolutely.
All right, so the motion passes unanimously?
Patrick vote?
Yes.
You know.
And did we have a forum today? Looks like. Where's here? So missing three.
So.
Okay, so we are an hour in. We don't have DOT here for any updates. If there's anything else we want to talk about before the big board meeting on Thursday, we could just call this a shorter. I don't know, so construction season is ending, painting season is ending. I would say if there's any areas that you haven't seen paint go down that you think it should, like there's a crosswalk that I know on Northern Boulevard that really needs to be repainted for the whole year and hasn't been touched yet. I'm gonna send that to DOT and through the office. Painting
I think we-
season- Yeah,
And the Grange.
And
That's
has anybody been
that's
on the
specifically,
Boulevard at
that's
the
specifically between,
Side Yards Bridge?
like,
Between 30.
39th Ave. Between 39th and Northern.
what, you're
But
talking about
I would say all the
Or
way
talk about
to
us?
Rose.
You know, the South Side Yards Bridge,
Yeah.
like the
Actually,
actual.
Yeah, so then cars.
It's a pretty calm street, but it has no markings.
Yeah.
So,
So I put that on the agenda
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Is that what you were talking about when you say coming off the bridge?
Yeah.
Including that too?
Yeah, because it's all the bridge and then all the way up to the Side Yard.
Yeah.
39 to.
Yeah.
And night.
it's one way with 3 lanes, right? Like 2 parking lanes and a travel lane. So
Yeah.
some delineation is pretty standard.
Especially when you're
Only
crossing
got one lane
bridge, like,
now.
Yeah.
Queens Boulevard and it shifts.
But once you hit 39,
People don't know where.
all big mess.
Yeah, I agree.
That should be the quote, because what we were talking about, I was talking about the Sunnyside Yard Bridge. And that's a whole big mess too, because they don't paint the lines on. So you can't see where you're going.
Which one? Honeywell or different one?
No.
No, like
Over the yards, Queens Boulevard.
over the yards.
They all go. Queens Boulevard.
No, but like if you come off the bridge.
Yeah.
And then you're going east, and then you go over
Yes.
the bridge.
Yeah, the 2-way cycle track on Queens Boulevard.
No, before Honeywell.
Yeah, west of Honeywell, right? You're talking about Queens
Between
Boulevard.
Yes.
Skillman
Yeah.
and Northern
That's right.
Boulevard.
That's right.
The bridge we talked about last month that had the
With the construction.
construction that needed to
all that
be.
stuff. Has that not been repainted?
No, it still hasn't been painted. Those lines still haven't been painted. Have you seen painting on those lines?
Bikes going
It's terrible. You can't see.
He's talking about car infrastructure, the car lanes.
Mom
For
talking,
repainting.
yeah. And then like to your point, when we were talking about before, like just. Especially when it's dark out and there's so many more pedestrians in that area, Port Square and then Queensboro Plaza. There's just so many people and you can,
I mean,
no lighting.
it's so dark there even during the day.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it really is bad.
I mean, one of the things that we can, we meaning LIC Farms, is talking a lot is, even like daytime lighting.
Yeah.
There's just so dark.
Yeah. I mean, just
We try to
some,
do planting over there.
Just some-
There's no sunlight.
but
There's
it's
the
like,
numbers there, like what, like over the past couple of years, like, I mean, there was nobody living there 10 years ago for the most part, and now, what, do we know the numbers?
Not specifically for that area, but I know the population, we've seen our population.
Yeah. There's only gonna be more with one OSC.
you know, honestly, just some pedestrian scale lighting, those are placemaking too, right? There's a lot of benefits to having that.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be a full scale, like overhanging light, like art structure speed. Something to make pedestrians feel safe and make
That's
the place a destination.
Right. I think the challenge though is multiple jurisdiction, right? There's
yeah.
and things, on subway that's MPD's jurisdiction like this.
And wasn't some of that area under Queensboro Plaza, wasn't that parks, they were saying at one point, they were the spot where all the rocks are, that Debbie hates so much? No.
I hate them too.
Yeah. But it's like, that was parks, and they planted them, but now DOT had.
Well, they're not growing.
They're not growing.
No, there's actually some sunflowers.
Oh, really?
Among the rocks.
On the
A
rocks.
sunflower grows in Long Island City.
So,
We should write that.
But the thing that gets me worried is because you got two things happening. There's no lines on the road and more people daytime and nighttime who can't, and then the drivers can't see the lines. The pedestrians are gonna cross the street when they're allowed to, but
You're talking about the Queens Plaza.
yeah,
like,
the whole
that
area.
Area is so horrible.
I know, it's just,
and then you have the pillars.
Yes.
That blocks the view.
yes,
Someone's like, literally someone could be hiding behind.
yes, absolutely,
Cars,
absolutely.
And the island is like this far.
Yeah, it's so narrow.
It's crazy. I'm so grateful that there is, protected bike infrastructure bringing you through there. But every time I bring an out of towner through there, they're shell shocked. Like they don't ever want to do it again. And that's not the impression we want to leave visitors to Long Island.
Yeah.
I think sometimes even seasoned New York.
Yeah.
Get a little.
Yeah,
So shocked, very traumatic.
yeah.
But they are adding a crossing at Crescent
Oh.
as part of the solving roadway improvement. I mean, the roadway is open, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that,
That's what I was asking, because they said they were gonna finish it
I
by
saw,
the marathon.
I saw the construction was continuing. I don't know. I didn't see it this time. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people use it, even though there's cones blocking them. It's, it's a
That's the New
desire.
York way.
That's what people want.
We're walking here.
Yeah.
I still want a walk, do not walk sign at Jackson Avenue and Queens Boulevard South, where the service road is, because it's not, the walk, do not walk is for the road and not the service road, and people walk in not realizing there's only a stop sign, cars just go.
Fine.
They keep saying they're gonna add it, and that's been like 3 years now.
That actually reminds me,
It's bad, right?
that.
temporary delay.
They keep telling me, we're gonna do a study, and then they do the study, they say, you're right, and then they don't do it, and then I say, come on, you said you were gonna do it, and they said they're gonna do it, and then.
City agencies, I mean, it's operated, help.
I know. I will say that I saw sanitation out the other day. I am so impressed. People call 311 sanitation. They actually come out like within hours and check it and then clean it. And I'm amazed. Anytime anyone in my building or anything calls 311 for sanitation, it actually closes it out and it's not like we didn't see any problem. They actually fix it. I'm impressed.
No, we are.
Sanitation.
The
Well,
operation guys sanitation.
Yeah.
I did that on Skillman Avenue. There was plywood that somebody had dumped. Off of the bike lane. And, I called and like,
And they did it, right?
yeah, 2 days later, they're like, it's done.
So let's like, maybe we should change.
We should get
DOT.
sanitation.
I'm gonna give DOC credit for the things that they can do quickly, they do pretty quickly. So, for example, there was someone maliciously cutting down the plastic bollards on 39th Avenue and Hillside Ave. And I did a little like war with this person because I would bike fine going home from my boyfriend and like report it and then be back the next day. Like, because that's something that DOT has in stock. They can just plant them. And they came out like within 12 hours and put them back, and then the guy caught me. So they put it back again. And so I will give them credit that for
Now, are they
lightweight,
are they there now?
for that kind of quick, they're there, we won.
So far.
Yeah, I think it's the harder stuff, the planning, the like hard infrastructure that it takes more time to do. I wish they were more organized with
Yeah, yeah.
communications. I have a lot of
Yeah,
issues,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they do respond when able to 311s. I've found.
Our crossing guard really wants a school zone sign at 46th Street and 47th Avenue. And that should be easy.
What was the response about that?
We're looking into it.
You know what needs a stop sign?
But that's by the junior high school.
Where that kid got killed. Yeah.
What?
I know, right? There's no sign that says school zone slow, blah, blah, blah. They put some of those things in, but nobody understands how they work, so they just drive right into the.
Which street were you saying?
47th Avenue and 46th Street.
So
Or the school.
46th Street, yes. Yeah, agreed. I would also say 54th Street and 39th Ave, your neck of the woods. Is one of the few underpasses of Long Island Railroad. One of the few underpasses of Long Island Railroad, and there is
There's a lot of passes of the Long Island Railroad.
not many that we can,
West Side, 48, 44.
when you're on foot, there's only a few.
There, yes,
And that 40, maybe not the exact intersection, but that 54th Street like corridor. Especially at 37th Ave, I want to say, yeah.
that's a very tiny area on the way.
I gotta verify. I'm at 311 and then I'll.
What's the issue? Because I walk there.
Is the wall basically it's the walk to the noodle shop from the
Yeah.
Gilmore Park area, but like there are
Who said about the positive citation?
it's the crossing of 39th Ave
Can't read it.
where there is a crosswalk running east-west, but there's no crosswalk north south.
Yeah, no, we sent a letter this
Okay.
year for that.
That's all.
It's in the agenda, it's being studied.
Emphasize
It's
it.
one of our long
It
studies.
came up again.
Yeah, no, and like I do live in the area and there's not very good visibility there at that intersection, so constantly cars are honking, screeching and honking because they almost hit each other. Sometimes they do hit each other.
It's a very residential area. It is, got bike shares, the bike, signal sign corridor, right? But without the crosswalk, without stop sign, like, even if there's no stop sign, a crosswalk, something telling drivers that like people are gonna cross here. Otherwise, they feel like they have the right to continue,
Right.
even though the law is
Blinking
different.
lights.
Anything. The point is like, even though the law says pedestrian has the right of way at an intersection, the driver is not getting any signal
No, right.
that there should stop.
And they speed there to make it to the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One other point, that I always forget to mention, by the 7 train stop, the Hunters Point Avenue stop, yes. Well, let me double check this. Yeah, on 49th Avenue that goes over the rail yards. There is a green painted bike lane that never once have I biked there and did not have cars idling in. Because they're waiting to pick up people at 7th Train. That needs some hard work. That needs Jersey barriers or something to keep right out of it. It's just constant.
What street?
49th Avenue at Hunters Point Ave Station.
It's even in the Google Street View and the maps, there's parked cars.
Yeah.
Showing up. It's endemic anytime I walk in that area, so.
Same.
It just contributes to this like culture of implicitness that they just feel like, yeah, this I'm implicitly allowed to do this because I'm not gonna.
Who suggested that we send a letter to DSNY
Thanking them.
thanking them?
Well, seconded.
Seconded? All right, any discussion?
I'm not.
No?
Not
Who,
when
who,
you-
oh, Roz, so Roz made that motion.
Not when you have.
He seconded it.
Come down the middle of the street instead of sweeping the leaves at, you know, at 30, 40 miles an hour like that, down the middle of the street.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna.
All right, so a motion to what? Can we restate it?
Roz, her motion says. Motion to send a positive citation for DSNY rapid response.
We don't just complain, we see problems and we come up with solutions.
Is a positive citation, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's
they just
the
like,
job.
thank you. They can
Yeah,
acknowledge.
Yeah, no, we
Just a
can,
thank you,
yeah,
that's
just
all.
a letter from our committee to say,
Okay,
thank you.
thank
we
you
have-
for
we have-
responding.
yeah.
We've heard some good.
Yeah, and what specifically are we talking about? Clearing, trash from sidewalks?
Yeah, and there was a dead bird.
Like, so the
Somebody
response
reported
rate,
apparent- The response rate is quick.
response rate to 311 requests about illegal dumping.
That's right, or sanitation issues that have.
Or other sanitation.
Okay, and you seconded this?
And then after that, you'll send a letter next month, Yeah.
No,
exactly, then we'll get one.
If you're
And discuss-
working at your job.
Yeah, but we also see like, we don't get rapid response for things. So, it's nice.
It's nice to thank someone for doing a good job, no?
All the time.
We don't do it all the time. When have we ever sent a letter saying to someone, thank you for doing a good job?
Okay. Yep. First had the meeting, she wanted the letter to go to somebody, thanking them for putting the line up right away on it. What's on your doing that?
Oh, yeah. Did we vote?
Second.
Is that going to get the DOT here any quicker?
I think
I-
next
I- I-
week, next
actually,
month we have the meeting at their
Stop
office.
it.
I did take your point though, right? Like, if we have actual grievances with them. I'm in support of rewarding good behavior, so.
No, I value our relationship with DOT and that they have been consistently here, except for these last 2 months. And we talk about these issues and they hear from us face to face, and a lot of things do happen in the direction we want. They take a long time sometimes, but we also have to push them because I think the people of New York want to move faster than the city moves in the directions.
The city seems to be moving slower and slower.
Yeah, so that's why we have to push them and not feel bad about pushing,
Right.
which is why we voted on so many resolutions last month.
And but if an agency is quick, and we've had a good relationship with the new DS, right, the sanitation rep who's come to the board a couple of times already.
True.
Right,
Superintendent Mario has not come to the board.
no, but we had that, who was he, the rep?
Joseph, I think, Joseph. I don't know the name. Yeah.
That's the supplier.
We'll talk about, but let's close this down. So
yeah.
discuss close, all in favor of the motion restated, which is to send a letter of thank you for rapid response from DSNY on issues of legal dumping or any sanitation. All in favor?
4 in favor.
All right.
Roz, are you voting on your own resolution?
Yes, I'm okay.
5 in
Okay.
favor.
So we'll send a letter of thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
It does not,
I think it's all local. So it's opposed.
yeah.
One of us.
What do you mean?
Politics, local,
It is.
Yes.
and vision, local.
It's all trash.
So yeah, the pigeon droppings, I bring up all the time. I brought it up at the last board meeting. There's a huge pile of guano under that 54th Street overpass that has been there for months now. There's nobody cleaning it. And I think people deserve to live it with dignity and not have to walk through a pigeon coop to get to the train station or church or.
So who's responsibility?
So whose responsibility is it? MTA owns the bridge,
Sanitation. is
DOT
terrible.
owns the sidewalk, sanitation cleans things, so nobody does it.
So I think.
And so what really happens is
What we're
our
asking
elected
for is just to be
officials
clean.
come out there with a power washer
They used to.
every few
Martin
weeks,
helped
few
used to
months.
come
Well,
out.
he needs a power washer, so. Hard.
So, didn't we bring this up with Stephen Raga a while back ago?
It's unhealthy.
I bring it up all the time, yeah. It's terrible, and like I'm about to walk into my house with pigeon droppings all over my
Yeah,
shoes.
so we could make a practice of just 311 it every time and keeping track of like how
Yes,
long
do
the
that.
requests have gone unanswered. And then we have, I think, a very technical.
All the
It is
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's not an easy 311, you gotta send pictures and it's not as easy as reporting a car.
Do that.
Well, you
Yeah, you
can-
still have to do so.
It is.
If I'm in a rush and I have to walk through Pigeon Pooh, I'm like, oh, better do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to. But also it's just, it's very frustrating because as you say, that's not the only Long Island Railroad overpass. This exists, you know, by my kid's school, 361, but that overpass gets pretty nasty.
Well, like that is the underpass that takes you to the MR station and the high school. Like it's a major corridor. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm relaxed with it.
Okay,
It's really bad in front of it gets bad in front until it rained.
Oh.
46th Street, in front of the Key Food, pigeon poop everywhere, and they should be actually cleaning it. The business owners should be.
yeah, well, it's just on the sidewalk from their
Yeah, it's
roof.
disgusting. I know it's just the pigeons because people feed them,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the pigeons run around, they just poop everywhere.
Yeah, I brought this up at an MTA webinar, about like 52nd Street Station.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, well, we're asking for your help there. So tell the community to stop feeding the pigeons. I don't know.
On the topic of thanking vacancies, shame that DOT isn't here because they added hard jersey barriers to Northern Boulevard on the bike lane in front of the high school. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So maybe we'll save that thank you. If we ever
Okay.
see the next one. But I'll see the next month, I'm sure. But that's a point of note that I'm glad they did.
You take away like lane barriers on Northern, like 48th Street going west. It doesn't seem to be what used to be there.
I don't know.
It'd be news to me.
The eastbound,
Eastbound.
but between 48th and like 43rd, maybe,
So
it seems to not have the same barriers that there was before.
yeah, I
Now
don't.
they have the little stick things.
I don't know about the whole corridor. I know that based on the traffic volume and speeds on Northern Boulevard, planning guidance, transportation planning guidance says you should have full protection on that whole corridor. So it's, in my opinion, planning malpractice to even have flex posts in that corridor for so long. But with that said, this section in front of the high school, DOT came to us to say that they were working with the MTA to do median hardening to prevent left turns right there, going reroute all that. And we asked them about, okay, while you're at it, why don't you add concrete to the existing bike lane? And it didn't seem like they were gonna do it, but they did it. So I was very pleasantly surprised.
They don't.
When did they do it?
Just now, like this month.
They don't want the kid to.
No, they don't. But that's what's crazy is they were not going to. They were gonna say like, well, we want to see what the pickup and drop off patterns look like, and you know, if you want kids to bike to school, you got to give them safe infrastructure to do it.
Jersey barriers are those concrete ones.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
so ugly.
They
I
are
agree.
very.
I agree they're ugly, but they have them in,
Very
like,
ugly.
they're standard. There's something you can plonk down quickly and get the protection in place. You can paint them.
Color.
You can paint them. We could actually work with
It'll do
arts
murals.
and culture.
Oh, yeah, we should.
That would be so nice.
That's
What a great
good
idea.
Work with arts and culture.
Yeah, and the kids at the high school could paint it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can help us when it goes
No.
to your
Yeah.
district, right?
You know,
Yes.
We can get some advertising on
Like,
Now call it the Patricia Project.
It would become so ugly, those Jersey barriers.
Yeah. But they had said it was because they needed permission from MTA to go over subway, and I thought we were not gonna get
It
it,
would be
so.
awesome if we could beautify them.
But like,
Yeah.
other people around the city were pointing it out, because Northern Boulevard is used to get from Jackson Heights to Long Island City, so. This has impacts beyond our district.
Right, yeah.
So it's a win for us, I think.
Well, because people forget that these are routes,
Yes.
that they connect
I know.
neighborhoods, right? But you know, so we should go- no, but right, it's like, we have cars, they go on the roads, and the roads connect to other neighborhoods, but we forget that people do that when they walk and they ride bikes, so they need to get from one place to another.
100% agree.
break out the big paper bike map to see
Yeah,
which way to go.
yeah,
Because there's not a complete network. You can't just choose
that's
any
right,
road.
yeah.
All right, let's use this opportunity for a short night to
All right.
have a short night. If there's nothing else that anybody wants to bring up for this month, let's go.
Okay, give you back some time, right?
Cool.
Your motion.
All right, motion to adjourn,
Second.
seconded, all in favor?
All
All right,
Hi.
so much, guys. I'll see you on Thursday.
See you on Thursday, everyone.
You will not be.
Right.
Come
Oh, you'll see some of us. Let's see Dirk.
Oh, yeah, okay, of course I'll see Dirk, I have a question.
I'm gonna pause the recording.
Hard to ask. I'm in like a public lecture.
Right, thank you, Randy.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Is it, what is